What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Next Win podcast with your host, Aunt Ma, co-host Justin Vaseur. Whoop, whoop. He's doing a raise the roof. Does anyone say that anymore? Is that before your time?
I think it was, yeah.
You don't even know what's going on, huh?
No, I know what's going on, but it was before my time. Yeah, for sure. You guys are old.
Oh, we're not old. Well, this guy's old, Mr. William Wynn, the bald head, because he can't grow any more hair. You know, he could use a LeBron technique. And
actually, no, I do grow hair, and everyone's just jealous.
Yeah, you just shave it on purpose, right?
Yeah, people hate that. Hate it.
Hate it? Why?
What do you look like with hair?
I don't know. But because people with hair, like a lot of people that are balding, like, I hate you because I can see your hairline. Well, why did you say I'm trying to grow hair? I can't grow
hair. Yeah, I get it.
But I'm like...
I'm going bald right now. That's why I always wear a hat.
Are you? Yeah. That's going to make it worse. You're just suffocating your hair.
No, actually, I wear a hat. Well, one, I am going bald. But two, I don't like brushing my hair.
Yeah.
That's why.
Because it's so curly.
Yeah, it's just, it kind of goes all over the place. Even after I brush my hair.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Yeah.
That's why I shaved it. Because when I save more haircuts, I don't go to barber. I just shave it myself.
Yeah.
And I could go take a nap right now and wake up normal.
I mean, I cut my own hair every time. I'm like almost 40 and I still cut my own hair.
Still a lot of work, though. Yeah, mine's
I did mine this morning before the podcast.
I did mine last night. It grows it up.
All right, guys. So today we're actually talking about get you an agent that you can trust. Don't just pick any agents. And we're going to dive deep about why that is. I think finding an agent you trust is really important. So a lot of times when you guys look on Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, all these apps, you can actually find a realtor from there. You know, you go on there and you want to give them a call or set up an appointment. And to be honest, the reason why you want to trust somebody is because this is the biggest decision of your life.
Yep.
And you want someone who's actually going to care about you and your situation and your goals. Sorry, guys, if you hear a dog barking in the back, that's my dog who just won't stop barking, even though we have like no one outside.
Nobody outside.
It's just the wind blowing really hard right now.
I think there's like a falcon or something flying.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think he saw a little ant or something. So no, I was saying that the thing that I tell my clients, number one, is I am here to make you stay within your budget and never go over that because I don't want you to stress out. So meaning that when you have the home 6 months later or 1 year later, I don't want you to be stressing over payments. I'm not trying to just sell you a home. I want you to be happy with the biggest decision of your life. You know, so you really got to have someone who's going to trust you. Like if you were to look for an agent, Justin, how are you going to find one?
What do you look for?
I don't know what to look for. Really.
Do you care? Or you just be like, oh, this girl's hot. I'm going to pick up this agent.
No. You're going to get me in trouble.
Does your girlfriend watch these podcasts?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just joking.
We're joking.
Yeah. They're joking.
His reaction.
His agent's going to be Anna anyway. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even know what to look for. Like, how do you determine who's a good lender or a good real estate agent? Or
how many friends do you have that are agents?
We have a few. We have a few family members. We have a few friends.
Who would you rather use, a friend or a family member, or someone who's a stranger?
Well, the way I would go about it is hit up my family first.
Do you know that they're good agents, or is it just because family?
Well, because it's family. Because I don't know what makes a good agent. You know what I mean? Especially when you're, let's say, if I didn't have family that was like into real estate or whatever, like how would someone figure out who's a good real estate agent and who's a good?
I think there's two things I look for, and I tell people. One is you want someone who's pretty active and knows what's going on with the market and the actual neighborhoods that you're looking in. And I would say for sure an agent who owns his own house.
Okay.
Because they can give you the firsthand experience of, being a homeowner. Like there's a lot of personal experience that we go through that nobody else knows, right? Like something breaking, like there's just crazy times something has broken in my house in the middle of the night. And I had to go do something in my boxers, like go out in the front street and look for something to pull the concrete up and find this valve to shut off the water that's spraying in my house in the middle of the night in my boxers, right?
Yeah.
So it's like now I tell people, guys, make sure you know where your shut-off emergency valves are. You're going to need to know. Because if you don't know where it is, your house is going to be flooding.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. So it's like, you know, I want someone who can tell me those things that tells me that they actually care. You know, they know what they're doing personally and about homes.
So what's the proper way of going about it? Like, let's say I find a real estate agent, then what? Just give them a call, have a meeting, and just tell them like what I'm looking for?
You can say like, hey, I'm looking for this house and stuff. And then now you can start interviewing the agent, like how long you've been doing this for.
I'm gonna add to that. How long do you be doing it for? Because I deal with this a lot as a lender. I deal with a whole bunch of agents, and then some of them like throw this at me. I've been doing this 20 years. Don't ever fall for that. They could be a real estate agent for 20 years. You got to ask them how many transactions you do every year. They can be an agent for 20 years and do two transactions a year.
Have you seen Selling Sunset on Netflix?
No.
So I think they're in like multiple seasons, right? And what it is a real estate agent show on Netflix about these multi-millionaire agents who are selling homes, right? They're like $15 million homes. And then a TikTok video came out that I saw, and someone looked up the facts. Is this a successful agent? So every cast member, are they successful? And pretty much every cast member only sold one home or two in a year, or even within 5 years. Some had 0 homes. You know what I mean?
Because the reason why I ask is it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. It's how many transactions you do.
Yeah.
Because the more transactions, the more experienced you are. It's not in real estate. It's not how long you've been doing it.
Yeah.
It's how many sales and buys have you done. Like that could be just for example, 1 year into it, but he's done 10, 15, 20 transactions already. He's more experienced than someone that has been in it for 20 years. Because you've gone through all those different transactions. And that's how we learn so much. We actually gone through a lot of difficult files, difficult transactions, and we learned a lot.
I think if you're selling like 10 and 20 homes in a year or two, you've pretty much have seen everything happen every week of the market.
Yep.
So you know exactly what's going on. You know what I mean? So I think as someone who's current and active, and really just someone who really cares about you and like, not trying to just sell you a home.
Yeah.
You know, like I've seen agents be like, hey, so what do you think about this home? You want to put an offer in? You know, and it's like, I usually tell people like, I don't think this home is fitting your criteria. It's not really what you're looking for. Or sometimes I tell them, you know, sometimes I break a little bit of, you know, what I'm not supposed to do, which is like, I don't know, this area is too good for you guys.
Yeah,
you know,
I've
stuff
seen
like
that.
But like, you can't really do that. There's a code of ethics, you know, you have to have fair housing. But it's like, I really care about you guys. So sometimes I give you a little bit of hints.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if an agent only sells 1 or 2 houses, then he or she would want your deal to close because they need to get money. But someone that does it actively is like, okay, now they have money, like, you know, like a steady paycheck.
Yeah.
So their incentive is to take care of you and build your business. Not, I need this paycheck.
Yeah.
It's different.
You know, there's other people, agents. So we were sending out multiple offers for a client. And, you know, your normal commission is like 2%, 2.5%, you know. And so one house was 1% that I would get. And the client wanted to put an offer on that house. Sure. I really don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Whatever makes you happy. But there's other clients or other agents that'd be like, I'm going to say all the bad things about that house. I'm going to push you towards the other way and go towards the ones that give me more commission, you know, stuff like that. So, I don't know. The ones that are in groups, I would say, are a little bit trouble too, you know, because they hear a lot of things. They try to get help from everybody, which is great. But at times they're in a group because they need help selling, you know.
Mm. Yeah, does a realtor get the same flack as like a card salesman, or not really? Like, you know how some people look at car salesmen as like Sharky?
I think everybody's starting to hate realtors right now.
Really?
Ever since COVID, because everyone's trying to become a realtor.
Yeah.
All the content on social media is about realtors.
Yeah.
And so all you just hear about is just bad things about realtors.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why is everybody wanting to become a realtor?
Money.
Realtor.
When the market's hot, I mean, it's the same thing with loan officers. When the market's hot, you can see it. Everyone's a loan officer because money's coming in. And like right now, when the market's down, you only see the real loan officers that are in it for the client, in it for the business, and left. Everyone else is just, they go back to their normal work, and then when the market rates drop again, they come back in and try to make their money. So like same thing in realtors. They'll yeah, this is like full-time job. Some of these guys are like, the market's hot, I'm gonna jump back in. Yeah. Right. They don't only care about the money, and they don't care about.
Another question you can ask people is, or agents that you're interviewing is, what else do you do besides real estate?
Yeah.
Then you actually get to know them, or how much of a hustler they are. Like I would say I'm pretty rare, because if I tell you I got like 7 other things going on, that might be bad news. Right? That's a red flag. Like, oh shit, this guy's too busy. But I take everything I do equally and hustle equally. So that's why I think I'm rare. But if I hear someone else say I have 7 other things, I'm like, oh shit, you can't concentrate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's really just you just gotta talk and talk to the agent and kind of just get to know him as a person.
Yeah.
See where his head's at, see where direction, how the vibe is between you guys. Right? You want someone that will tell you the truth and not hide anything just for his benefit or her benefit. So
does the same thing go for lenders?
Yeah. Same thing.
I think so too. There's a lot of lenders who, there's a lot of lenders that will talk to you and you think that they're helping you, but in the end, they are really trying to get the deal done. But sometimes they don't know what they're doing and they fuck up your loan in the middle of escrow and you lose the home.
So what's an example of that?
I will give you an example. When I was a brand new loan officer, I actually mess up a loan, and I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Right. But an example is not planning enough when the market was hot.
Yeah.
And my clients were bidding over $100,000, $200,000, right? And I didn't look thoroughly enough where I knew they had money, but I didn't know that they weren't going to use that money to kind of cover it. So we went into escrow, and when the appraisal came back, it was like $150,000 less than what they're going to buy it for. So they had to cover that with cash, right? And then we tried to rework the loan program, and we couldn't do it. So that's a mistake that a new loan officer, I was a new loan officer at the time, would make, right? You want someone that's more thorough and kind of like have made those mistakes already and kind of avoid it, right? So
they didn't get that house?
They did not. I dropped out of escrow.
Were they mad at you?
Yes.
Why were they mad at you?
Because I should have calculated better, basically.
I think the part that's missing is you actually caring, where you're like, hey, if it does go this much, do you have the money, and are you going to use this money for it?
Right.
And if you do, are you going to be okay? If you ask those questions, that will solve everything. All the personal care questions, So
that was my mistake. I assumed. So from now, like since then, I've been like detailed and kind of like.
So that brings me with communication.
Yep.
When you talk to an agent or a lender and they don't communicate with you, like you'll text them or call them, they don't call back, they don't respond to your voicemails, their text is like response next day later. Those are all red flags, because even though I do 7 things, I'm still trying to respond as quickly as possible. Sometimes I take a few hours, like half a day, but for the most part, I'm like instant, just because everyone has their phone on them. Who doesn't have their phone on them?
Well, if you're like me, my battery's always dead.
Right, but you'll find a way to charge it. Right?
I'm pretty bad, dude. I'll go like a couple of hours with my phone dead just walking around.
But here's the difference, though. You don't got like 10, 20,000 on the line. If I have 10, 20,000 on the line, I'm getting one of those portable chargers and charging it all the time with me. You know what I mean? So there's a difference. So it's like I do want to get that money too, and I'll find ways to be available, So I think that's hard. A lot of people don't communicate well, so it is what it is. But like I said, in the end, you got to find an agent that you trust, and that's the bottom line. Just don't use anybody. Make sure you ask the right questions and you actually know the people.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Knowing Your Agent. We'll see you on the next episode of the Next Win podcast, 5 days a week on YouTube. So till next time, guys. Peace.